Welcome. I decided to do a video today because the weather is crazy outside. So I have my porch door open and it is the Mars Jupiter conjunction in Gemini this weekend, which is exactly opposed to my moon in Sagittarius in my 2nd and 8th houses. It's a big energy, and I wanted to do a tarot reading for all the elements and also incorporate my friend and coach's Wealthy Woman Oracle, since this particularly is affecting my money houses, and even the 5th and the 11th house are being affected by this too. So it's pretty interesting. We've got Venus in my 11th house right now, which is a good placement, and then Saturn in the 5th squaring up my natal moon and the Mars Jupiter conjunction in Gemini. So Saturn in the 5th for me, house of speculative investments, creativity. I am taking back seat this weekend for all of that, except creativity. So this is my little foray into tarot reading. So welcome. I'm gonna get the deck set. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far and not traveling too much. Mercury retrograde in Virgo as well. It's been a wild traffic situation here where I am from, or where I live right now, and I'm very glad not to be out and about driving this weekend. It was back to back, bumper to bumper yesterday. So yeah, it's nice to be home, and we have the world coming up here. This is actually a really special card for me too, because I have a fixed grand cross in my natal chart between my sun in Scorpio, Chiron in Taurus, and my nodal axis with the south node in Aquarius, north node in Leo, and we're at my north node right now, a little bit past, but the general direction of the north node for me. So this is perfect for me, is trying to step into more YouTube content and see how that goes. This channel, Elemental Alma, that I have is kind of across the board. It's a little bit of my health and wellness. It's a little bit of, let's just see that, it's a traditional tarot. It's a little bit of astrology, tarot, just things that I dabble in, the oracle cards. I'm actually working on an oracle card deck myself right now. And I wrote and illustrated a book on my treatment theories that I use in my professional practice of osteopathic manual therapy and nutrition consulting. So we'll just leave that out there. If you'd like to know anything else about that and my professional work, you're welcome to visit me. I'll link the websites in the description below. And while we're at it here, talking about description below, things like that, links that I have, if you want to click subscribe and maybe share this video if you like it, I'd really appreciate that. I also have an Instagram that I've yet to populate for Elemental Alma, and my business professional Instagram is elementalAdvanced. That's elemental.advanced, and you can reach me at the websites for Elemental Advanced Manual Therapy and the Elemental Advanced method below. So welcome into my hobbies and interests. I'm going to be using the Fountain Tarot here too, and an Awake Inner Wisdom card deck as well. And what do we have? Ooh, this is a nice one, just flipping out on the shuffle. 10 of Coins for the Fountain Tarot. I love this Fountain Tarot deck. And this one in particular, this 10 of Coins, is really special to me personally, because of the archway and the alabaster look of this card. I'll let you see it. Hopefully it's focusing for you. And how the coins are just sort of falling from the sky. So that's what we want right now. We want abundance miraculously entering through the heavens. So here we go. And I'll get the Awake cards out too. I feel like we'll start with the air elements for the tarot reading. So we're going to start with air because we are coming up on the Aquarius Full Moon. What wants to come out here? Ooh, equanimity. Equanimity. That's so nice. This is actually the emotion that I attribute to a balanced wood element. So the wood element I talk about in my curriculum is the healing element, the human element. And it's together with the fire element and the meridian pathways of the fire element, it is corresponding with the path of the vagus nerve. So the gallbladder divergent channel and also the triple warmer tissue complex and channel are all pathway of the vagus nerve and vagus nerve endings. So it's huge for autonomic nervous system function and reduction of inflammation. So we'll get started with the air element. I'll pick for Fountain Tarot. I'm just going to do a really simple pull for the air element. And as I say that, the air's blowing up against my back. We've got an east wind today, which is a little bit different, so you might hear my wind chimes going. So let me tune into air elements in Aquarius, Gemini, which is where we have the Mars Jupiter conjunction, in Libra. I've got a big stellium in Libra in my 12th house. Okay, so I'm just going to take 5 cards here. Oh wow, these are really great ones. So these are really great. It's a really great spread for the air element here. So we started with Ace of Cups. It's a really nice Ace of Cups. It's a lake with 2 dove-looking birds and a fountain of water that they're drinking from and a cup that's elevated above that. I love that representation. So they're in the air, but they're connecting with the water. You can see it again. And we have Justice, the Libra card. So this is nice. It represents a lot of balance. Everything came out upright as well. Yeah, it represents a lot of balance. It's the 8th card in the deck of Major Arcana. And this one actually has like a lot of air into it as well. And the woman that's holding the scales is actually sort of levitating them in the air. And it's a very powerful pose that she's in. So it's a very powerful card. And here we have the World again. And this World is a really powerful world card as well. So we have just a woman. I should blank that out here. I might have to edit it. Woman sitting on top of the world or a sphere. And it evokes a lot of water element as well for this one. And then we have the Fountain card, which is the keystone card for this deck. And it's a very special card. So that signifies kind of a portal. It also has the analema symbol associated with it. And the analema is actually the pathway that the organs take energetically within your body. Each organ has an energetic movement. And when you're working with them with the Reiki energy, you can assess the health of the organ by where it's moving in the spectrum of the analema pathway that it takes. So just like the sun and the moon move through the heavens in an analema pathway, if you take a picture every day at the same place, you'll see that. You've seen, I'm sure, before. The organs have that motion too, which is really special. And then for the 5th card we have, for the air elements, we have Queen of Wands. So that's a really powerful card as well. In this deck, it's very sunshine, enlightened. She's like come through a incredible journey, and she's floating in the air. The card looks almost identical to a very good friend of mine, and I always tell her that she looks like the Queen of Wands in this card. It's great. She's got a little cat by her foot too. And I just spent a week with a friend's cat house sitting, and it was just such a nice time to have that animal presence. Oh, what am I getting through these? Okay. Ooh. And we have here with the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, we have the Ten of Swords. So that tells me that this is done. Air element signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, you're through this. And it's going to be a big shift that you're coming through and you're coming into. And you've completed your karma, you've completed the lessons, you've helped balance with justice, and you've really stood true, stood tall, and asserted yourself while occupying your space. You know, this woman in the world, she's occupying her space here, and she's on top of it. So this woman here in the Queen of Wands, she's totally occupying her space. So that is the reference, the occupying space reference I use a lot when I talk about healing through the earth element with the spleen and the stomach channels. So when we get to that element, maybe we'll get a little bit more into that concept of occupying yourself. And giving yourself, air element, give yourself some propers, give yourself the full cup of what's coming for you and coming to you. It seems like the reward is here. So looking forward to that over the next month. And, you know, this moon cycle coming up with that Aquarius full moon, it's been really shifting into the Aquarian age and getting rid of the Piscean energy. I'm sure a lot of you out there feel that. And enjoying that calm that comes after the storm. So that's great. So we'll pull a Wealthy Woman Oracle card for the air element. And again, this is Taylor Eaton's deck. She's wonderful. So give her a subscribe if you come to this reading. And oh, this is perfect. If you come to this reading and haven't heard of her, definitely go subscribe to her because she's great. I'm also a part of her Wealth Vibe membership. So we have here breath of abundance, and breath is air. So when I talk about the air element and 5 element healing, I talk about the metal and air element together. They occupy the same space in the 5 element wheel because we have, you know, metal elements, traditional Chinese Asian medical 5 element theory, whereas the air is traditionally in the 4 element theories. So I put them together. They occupy the same space. Air is for your lungs. It symbolizes your lungs. And then the metal symbolizes large intestine. It's like heavier, denser energy. And then, you know, this being the breath of abundance, it's amazing. It's perfect. So you're right now, air elements, calling into your situation abundance. And through the breath, you can let go of a lot of grief that you've been processing regarding lack of abundance, lack of occupying yourself, and really embody yourself through that energy of the breath and feeling it move through you. When I teach breath work, I actually teach breathing into this area in the lower lungs, right below, like lower part of the rib cage, right above the diaphragm, rather than breathing into your belly. When you breathe into your belly, it activates certain nervous system areas, mainly with the dorsal vagus below the diaphragm, and that actually can initiate a stress response and keep you stuck in a stress and trauma response. So I teach focusing on the lower lung instead, because your body will naturally distend your belly as your diaphragm relaxes, but you don't want the focus to be there. So you want the focus to be above the diaphragm. So if you're doing breath work, and you can just take a deep breath right now, air elements, and breathe into this area, and you can even put your hands right there if you'd like to, just to focus in on that space. And when you do that, you'll feel the air get drawn into those deep portions of the apex of the lung there, the lower lung, and then you get to about here, and you just feel the vacuum of your lungs pulling in the air. So it's effortless. The rest of the breath is effortless, and it gets to about here that you can sense, which is great because that means you're not using your upper body, you're not using your scalenes to breathe, you are not tensing up this area, which is a very important area for your connection up with divine source and the alignment of your wills, your divine will and your free will that you embody in your physical self. And getting this area too tense really restricts that flow and that alignment. It can also cause numbness and tingling on a really mundane level in your hands, weakness of grip strength. You can get what you call like a triple crush, double crush, or single crush of your brachial plexus and your neurology that goes through the nervous system that goes through your lung area, cervical spine, into the thoracic inlet, and below the clavicle here. So doing that breath work to focus on this area and then have it effortlessly drawn into you is really, really good practice. So focus on that breath of abundance, effortlessly draw that abundance to you from the heavens. Like everyone, all the elements today have this card, the Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles, and it's just falling from the sky. So much abundance coming to you. Thank you, air element. And I'm going to pack it up and do the earth element next, is what's calling to me. So thank you. Hi, earth element. We are going to do your 5-card tarot spread and a, put that one back, a Wealthy Woman Oracle card draw for you. And so everybody today has the World card. All the elements have this. If you missed it from the beginning, the Ten of Coins or Ten of Pentacles, and the Equanimity card, which is, equanimity is an emotion of balance and basically a really like Hakuna Matata kind of vibe, you know, so no worries. And that'll be really nice for you to carry on through the rest of the month here. This is kind of a Mars Jupiter conjunct Aquarius full moon reading. So this weekend's a really powerful weekend. And if you missed the intro, this is a really special weekend for me because Mars Jupiter is conjunct exactly opposed my moon on my 2nd and 8th house axis. So also squaring Saturn in my 5th house. So it's a big financial axis for me, big creativity, T-squared, and what remedies that for me is then the Virgo energy of being diligent and groomed and focused. So working on that here. So first coming out for you is the Sun. That Leo card of Leo. What else for earth element? We have in the earth element Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So that Virgo earth element's good for me here. Remedies my T-square happening. We have the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. This is the Fountain Tarot that I'm using. I'm gonna get 2 more. And we have 3 more, so we'll take 3 more, I guess. You get 3. Let's put the rest of these over here. So we have coming out here the Page of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the Strength card. Wow, I'm getting vibes right off the bat of reparenting, healing childhood wounds, really leaning into playtime, and being strong to overcome things that might be coming to the surface right now for you. So, you know, we've got Mercury retrograde in Virgo still, but it's coming back into Leo. So as that process comes into more of that retrograde coming back into Leo, this says that this reading is saying that you would be best served by doing some inner child work and having a play date with your little self, you know, taking yourself out to ice cream, going and swimming in the swimming hole if you're in the summertime, or, you know, go out and play in the snow if you're in the southern hemisphere. Also, Knight of Coins. So that means to me that you really need to show up for yourself. And I talked a little bit about in the air element, here you go, the air element reading of the concept that I use a lot with my clients of occupying yourself. And when I talk about the earth element, I talk about occupying yourself is a great way to help heal and support the organ systems and energy systems of the fire element, because the earth supports the fire element and lifts it into transformation. I talk about this in the book that I wrote and illustrated that you can find on my website, linked below. So really showing up for yourself, being your own savior here, and taking your little self out on a play date, and maybe revisiting some sad memory that you have with this Four of Cups. You know, the Four of Cups in the Fountain Tarot is sort of a solemn, somber energy. It looks like disappointment. It looks to me like the energy of the spleen out of balance, like a future that didn't end up like you wanted it to, maybe, or maybe oftentimes you think about, you know, when something happened when you were little or with your parents, and they didn't show up for you like you wanted them to, or you thought they should have, maybe, and that was a sad experience. So it's really powerful sometimes to go into a meditation about a specific instance that comes up to you and rises to your mind, and think about how you would rather have them had showed up, you know. What would have been your ideal way that they would have responded to you having a fall and scraping your knee or something, you know, anything that comes to mind. So, you know, when you're out with your little self on this play date that you're going to go on in the next couple weeks, you know, honor that. Ask your little self what comes to mind that didn't happen like you thought it should have or could have done better, you know. Anything. And maybe, you know, you didn't get the lead in the play that you auditioned for or something like that. It doesn't even have to be like parent stuff, you know. Anything that you might be holding on to still, that would be a good time to let go. So the Page of Wands is the next card, and that again is, you know, a child playing and taking their experience into their own hands. This child is really embodied in and of itself, and the laser wand that she's carrying, that's the connection to the divine. So when you're little, you have a lot more of that connection to the divine. And part of this play date and meditation that you might go on with yourself in the next couple weeks, sit and focus in on that connection and maybe how that was broken or lost. Talk about in the air element video section that I just finished, a breathwork exercise that really helps center you and ground you. It helps focus your nervous system where it should be focused when you're doing breathwork. And it actually also, I didn't mention this in that one, it actually also helps connect up with a specific part of the vagus nerve called the auricular branch of the vagus nerve that runs right behind your ear. There's an actual connection energetically with those areas. So it can be super helpful for reducing inflammation, grounding, calming, helping balance and align your autonomic nervous system, so you can then let things go and you can activate the gifts of the metal air element, of radical acceptance and just letting it be. So the next card we have that came through for you guys is the Three of Cups, and that's a card of celebration. It's a card of ecstasy and divine light and jubilation. And it's a really powerful card in this deck because it not only signifies to me your two hands, but also the hand of God, or like spirit with you. So knowing that spirit's always with you, and whatever might have happened in the past has been guiding you along the way of integration. And water is the great integrator, so it's really releasing any kind of negativity that you have surrounding any instances that are rising for you during this time. And then having the last card that popped out for you, and I only wanted to pick 5 but 6 came out, is strength. So strength again is a Leo card, and that's bookends here for you. So as Mercury goes back into Leo, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do, Earth element people. And she's riding on this mystical creature and like respecting it, honoring it. She feels its power. That creature can be that event that comes to your mind. You feel its power, but by occupying yourself and showing up for yourself, you've dominated that beast, and you can integrate it now. And you see here how she's in a prism of light, and that's radiating up from that energy that she just came through. So that's a really powerful message for you, and I hope you guys have a great couple weeks and enjoy that practice of going out with your little self and reparenting and embodying yourself out in nature. And just have a nice time. Like, schedule, if you can't do any more than an afternoon, just schedule an afternoon and prioritize yourself. Only you, just with you. Be in your own energy and have a nice time. Thanks. If you like this reading, feel free to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Hopefully we'll be doing more of them. And now I will get on to the water element is calling next. So water element, here we come. Oh, I forgot to pull your Wealthy Woman Oracle card. So here we are back at the Earth element. New here, don't mind me. We're going to do a Wealthy Woman Oracle card here. This card deck is from Taylor Eaton. You should definitely give her a sub and check out her Oracle deck readings. They're amazing. She's a channel, and I'm really happy to have her in my life. We have here, this is a really earthy card for you, and it goes along with kind of what we were saying here. It's the card of Wealth Wounds. So there's something in your past that's holding you back. There's some wound that you have that is preventing your success and abundance, which is interesting because I've been working on this myself, and I don't have much earth element in my chart, although I do have Chiron in Taurus in a fixed grand cross with my north node and south node axis, Aquarius and Leo. And of course Leo's my north node. Hard for me to be doing this in front of camera, but I'm working on it. And then I have my sun in Scorpio. So as far as earth goes, there's not a lot of it there for me, but I am working on this myself. So interesting that would come out, and interesting that it would be wealth wounds, because what was coming up for you is that there is a wound in your past that needs your attention to focus on. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time, just as the thunder rolls. So here we are, water element. Just as the thunder rolls and just as the rain is starting outside here. Can't make this stuff up. When the air element cards were getting pulled, I had wind at my back. So very interesting. It's a special magical evening here, and you got a lot of cards that just want to come out all at once. I'm only picking 5 cards rather for each element. Trying to adhere to that, although 6 came out for the earth, so we'll see. 4 came out for you. I will pick another for you. So we have 5 of Cups, we have the Chariot, we have Judgment, and Justice came up again. So this is powerful stuff. I'll show you these cards. The rain is starting to come down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so you want two more, the 6 cards. So, all right, let me sit with this here. I hope you can hear that rain coming and the wind's blowing. Sounds so nice. So the Scorpio is leading this water element. Scorpio and Pisces are leading this water element energy. Sorry, Cancer, you're just gonna have to go along with the ride. That could be what's coming through me also, because I'm a heavy Scorpio. Mercury and Scorpio conjunct my rising that's on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. And then I have Uranus, divine communicator, in Scorpio as well. It's my sun, of course. And then Saturn's sitting on Pisces, my 5th house here. So Saturn is a big player right now as it's squaring up my natal moon placement. As I talked about, that's opposed the current Mars-Jupiter conjunction. So we have outside here wicked weather, Mars expanding Jupiter and Gemini air. So thunderstorm, full on. You'll maybe see some flashes on the back. And then, yeah, my Sag energy is just lit up right now. It's the Sagittarius moon. I actually also have a Mars Neptune conjunction that's like 3 degrees away from my moon in Sagittarius. Exactly conjunct Mars and Neptune are exact in my chart. So there's heavy Pisces energy with me too. So we have here, I'll show you the Fountain Tarot deck cards in case you're not familiar with them. The first 2 are dark, not gonna lie. We've got 5 of Cups here. I mean, this guy is resentful, so that tells me you need to let something go. He also doesn't see the 2 cups behind him. I mean, this is like indicative of every 5 of Cups tarot, but he is resentfully focusing on what has happened to him, and he can't see the goodness that's like right when he turns around. So turn around with the Chariot. We got this like cuspy energy of light and dark, and you're on the border of that transformation right now. Like, you're right there. You still need to resurrect some things from the past, though. We got Judgment here coming up. But the good thing about that is check back, and if you haven't listened to the air element card poll that I did in the beginning, I teach a breathwork technique, and that actually you might want to listen to the earth element one too, because I say a little bit more about the breathwork technique. It's very powerful, very effective, can be a great way to have somewhat of a radical acceptance experience happening, and that's really what needs to happen. Like, you need to do this, you need to do it quick, you need to let it go, because you are on the verge of a new timeline, and you need balance, and you need to occupy yourself through that balance and demand justice from the people that you're interacting with currently. Stand your ground, don't let people push you over, let the stuff that's happened go. If you're still dealing with a little bit of it, stand firm, because it's about to settle. But the power she has, she's like conjuring up a storm right now. I mean, and I guess I am too, because it's going on right behind me. But yeah, it's powerful. She's got, on that justice scale, she's got an orb, a round shape, and a square shape. So I used to always say, when something doesn't fit, it's like putting a square peg in a round hole, right? So if you have any of those people or situations in your life that you're currently trying to figure out what to do over, let it go. Don't do it. Don't stress out. Don't occupy your energy by that. Occupy yourself. Don't give your energy to the square peg and the round hole people or situations, because it's just taking energy from you. And if you do focus back on you, you've got so much abundance coming to you, water element, water signs. And this is kind of the most Cancer energy of all. I mean, I guess that the last card is a little bit of a Cancer energy too in ways. But yeah, that nurturing Ace of Coins, let it come to you. Hold out your hands and let it come, you know, just like the card. Look at that lush, fertile forest, and there's just these hand shapes welcoming in that coin, that pinnacle. It's coming. Just be open to it. And then we have the last card is the Page of Swords, which tells me that you're not quite ready yet. You know, that this Page of Swords has all these colors crisscrossing the background there, and it's like energy that's pulling at him and trying to take his attention, trying to take his focus away from the sword, which has the potential to actually take him where he needs to go and cut away all of that excess, all that drama, all the toxicity. And the sword is this like magical clear sword too. So it's that sword energy can really clarify your life. So just be swift about it. You know, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, embody some Scorpio energy. Just be swift about it. Cut that out, you know, cut it out. You deserve better. You deserve more. I also am doing card pulls from Taylor Eaton's Wealthy Women Oracle deck. So I'm very interested to see what comes out for you, water signs. If you missed the beginning too, I'm getting called by my guides to show this 10 of coins. Like, they really want you to know that it's coming. It's kind of already here, but you might not have it yet in the 3D, but you're on the timeline. Like, you're on it. And it should feel different by now. I think you just have a little bit of cleanup work to do, but you're on it. Congratulations. So we have Fortress of Protection. I've been getting this recently too. No surprise. So Fortress of Protection, she has her back turned to the exit of this fortress. So just like this Page of Swords was saying, you're not really ready to let it go yet, but you're getting there. Your new timeline's here. It's coming. I mean, it's here, but the embodiment of it in the 3D is coming. There's still a little bit left that you need to work through. There's still a little bit left that you need to address and look at realistically, and just be your, inner critic is good right now. I feel like you need to really realistically assess where you've been and where you're going. And don't let that toxic positivity and love and light just gloss over stuff. I mean, we need to give respect to the gravity of situations so we can integrate them, right? Water is the great integrator. I talk about this in the book that I wrote and illustrated. You can find links to it on my website. It's links down below. Water is a great integrator. So we can't just gloss over stuff and be in that toxically positive experience. It actually, in my practice of osteopathic manual therapy and medicine and Reiki energy healing, Toyohari energy healing, toxic positivity actually gets stored in your tissues and your energy system through the left default mode zone of your brain. Actually, is the computer system that tells where to store those things. So if you are a toxically positive person, you can actually have that toxifying your system too. More negative and negative toxicity people, and it's human nature to kind of focus more or remember more of the toxic negative situations. So toxic positivity is a relatively rare kind of thing depending on your culture. It's a very big cultural issue. So some cultures have more or less of it, but actual negative toxicity gets dispersed through your body through the right side of your brain, in your cerebrum, and the default mode zone. So that default mode zone on both hemispheres of your brain is basically like a watery aspect of your central nervous system, and it integrates toxicity into your tissue system if you haven't released it and let it go. So that can cause a bunch of problems in your nervous system and your visceral system physical health, and it's a bigger issue in certain cultures than others. So depending on where you're coming from, you may or may not have this experience. But regardless, releasing that toxicity, focusing on a healing, resilient equanimity vibe is going to be really healthy for you. And leaning into this energy of the world. Also, the 3 cards that were pulled for everyone from these readings are the world, 10 of coins, and equanimity. So that energy of the world means that you're balanced, you're welcome, you know, in that fixed grand cross. You're welcome to have the energy pass through you. So good luck with that, water signs. I'm here with you. Gonna be working on that for the next couple weeks, and then we're there, right? We're there. Thank you. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time. Fire signs. You might get a little bit of lightning because oddly enough, when I did the water sign reading, oh, there it goes. Can't make it up. I'm not controlling this. When I did the water sign reading, it started downpouring. When I did the air sign reading, the wind was picking up at my back. In the earth sign reading, the thunder started. So I did air first, wind. As soon as I did the earth, the thunder started. As soon as I did the water, that rain started pouring, and now we've got a little bit extra lightning for you, fire signs. So special. It's very auspicious. So today I'm trying to pull only 5 cards from the Fountain Tarot for everyone. I have pulled a little bit of a clarifier on one of the readings from the Brighter Waite Tarot, but I haven't been guided to do that for the other ones. And the other 2 signs, earth and water, that I've done, they got 6 cards. So, you know, don't be jealous if you don't get 6 cards. We'll just see. Pulling at least 5 for everyone, though. Fire sign energy. What just happened to you? Fire sign energy of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Oh my gosh. Well, what flipped up was the Queen of Coins, so abundant AF. And we'll see how many cards just came out for you here. Oh, we have the Ace of Cups again. Our sign's got that too. So we have the Ace of Cups. I'll show you all these in a second. The 5 of Coins, the Fool, the 8 of Coins, and the World. The World keeps coming up again for people too. Have some water. Calm that fire down. Okay, what am I getting from here? Oh, you've had a hard time, some of you. Some of you have had a hard time. And it's not going to be easy coming out of this, but it's going to take some work, but it'll be very satisfying. So the first card we have for you is the Ace of Coins. Queen of Coins, rather. Queen of Coins. Very abundant woman. But she doesn't look real stoked, to be honest. Like, she, that's confirmation. So there's like a little sass. Little sass and ass. Fire signs. Yeah, you've got some kind of like disgruntled energy floating around here. And there's some emotion behind it, and some resentment and some hurt. Got the Ace of Cups. A lot of emotion, resentment, hurt, feeling like you're not supported, feeling like you have nowhere to turn. Got a little Olympics vibes too for the times. All those circles in the window there. Whew, the wind's kicking up. So you've come through this, and you feel like you've kind of been iced out, or you've iced people out, whatever resonates, and you're starting over, and you're building your future. 8 of Coins. You're building better structure. So y'all need to lean into that Saturn energy. And this World card actually gives me a lot of Saturn vibes. Got to cover up the middle section of that lady here. Hope I don't get... I can't get demonetized. This is literally like my 5th video on YouTube. I have 22 subscribers, so... Gotta get it while I can, I guess. So yeah, Saturn vibes. You need discipline moving forward. This is kind of a little bit of a heavy energy for you guys. Could be because the sun is in Leo right now. We're about to push up onto that full moon, like full light. So shine it on whatever situation needs to be shined on. Rely on people around you. You do have people around you that want to help you and that are trying to assist you with inspiration and structure, especially with helping to organize your emotions around a situation. You might have to lean on people, and you're not used to that. So that energy is here for you to access. And it's going to be something that will really get you to that next level. And it seems like you've been putting your money into situations lately and trying to build things. Maybe you're running short on funds. So, just keep at it. It feels like things might be a little bit sparse for you for the next couple weeks or months still, but restrict your budget and just go with the flow. Things will get better. You will be taken care of. Just focus on that alignment with the universe. You should watch the video I have on my channel. I did a while back. There's not many videos on my channel. I'm just sort of starting up with this. It's on focus on the third eye meditation. So focusing on that meditation, doing that meditation, how I describe it, and I actually describe the anatomy and physiology of what aligns for you in that meditation as well. That's going to be really helpful for you for channeling information and taking inspired action from the divine to get yourself out of whatever situation you feel kind of stuck in right now. And you got all the energy in the world to do it. I always think of this Queen of Coins as a Leo card too, so you're leading with that Leo energy. And be sure to open your heart. The Ace of Cups to me doesn't really evoke like a real heart-centered energy, but it is traditionally emotions overflowing. So, don't hold that back. Lean on people. Allow someone else to share your experience. If you're used to just sort of keeping it all in, or being hyper aware of how you look to others, like allow other people to share your experience, and don't get all spun up in your ego about it, basically. I think that will be really helpful for you. So I will now pull you a card from the Wealthy Woman Oracle card deck. Oh, also, if you haven't checked out the air element reading, check that one out too, because I give a breathing exercise technique in that one. I elaborate a little bit on it in the earth element, so you might want to check that one out too. All of the elements might have something for you. It seems like it's that kind of day. A lot of integration happening. So let's see, what do we have here for you? This is the deck from Taylor Eaton. You should check her out if you haven't already. She's a great reader, and she produced this deck. She's very inspiring to me. Ooh, oh my gosh. You got a couple. We're just going to honor that, and I'm going to be right back as I dive to get them. Okay, so, abundance here for you. You've got the Seer. Focus on the third eye meditation. That's going to be really good for you. Look that up on my channel. The Goddess. Embody it. Get that. Get it, girl. Or guy. Breath of Abundance is coming through again. And yeah, the breathing exercise is going to be good for you. So for sure, check out the air element. that came out for them as well. And the Rogue, oh, I like this. This is Aquarius vibes, 100%. So check out that air element reading. And it's Aquarius vibes, but it also gives Leo vibes too. To me, it gives very center of attention, change maker, disruptor. Let yourself be that person. If you've got something in the mix, if you've got an idea going on, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, if you have something, a good idea, a way of doing things, a paradigm shift, it's time. It's time to bring that to the forefront. Lean on any kind of divine guidance or inspired action. Be open to people and experiences coming into your situation to help you on that path, because you have got some energy that you can harness right now, like some really, really good energy that you can harness. And you are maybe going to be jumping timelines with that Fool. She's literally jumping across a cavern on a glacier, you know? From desolation to abundance. Here you come. Here you come. Congratulations. So that'll be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the background as well. It's just so much powerful energy right now coming through this weekend, and I'm here for it. I'm glad you're here for it. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, and there'll be more various things that I post on here. A little bit about my professional life as a healer, in osteopathic manual therapy and energy work. I have a curriculum I developed that's credentialed for healthcare providers, and I have a book that I wrote and illustrated, and I have a lot of artwork that I've done too on my website, so you can find all those links below, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.